How you doing, Internet? I'm Peanut. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Welcome in. Welcome to the video as well. So, I'm going to continue on with the bingo, which I have linked into the chat, and it's in the description as we go. And the last time we ended off with Sakuno Rondo, and today we will be continuing on with Bronya's Wolf's Dawn battlesuit, which you can see here. So, gotta go into this mode. Not like her other battlesuits so far. Here she has the shorts, a jacket, although now she has her trademark earrings. Again, I'm not sure what the difference was from that here until now. And I can also check what now is according to my data here. It's not at top right now. Let's see. Scroll back up a bit. So August 8th, 2018. So it was already around 2 years to get to this point where not only does she have earrings, but they have physics. Anyway, this is the outfit that she appears with in the Bronya animated short, which is not canon, but it does show her combat style. So, pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, you can go watch it on the Honkai Impact 3rd YouTube channel. So, yeah. And I will continue to do the bingo to one of these, and I think that this one is a recolor, so it will be the Mercurial Hatter that I do the bingo to. And there's too high contrast between her coat and the under on this one. Although this still does contrast, she still has the light and the dark. But this is like blinding white versus way dark. So I don't think it works as well as this one does. It still has the belt. She is wearing gloves, but they're not the type that are on the bingo. So let's go to the bingo. Actually, you can see only the line below, so you're going to have to kind of take my word for it, I guess. Although I suppose I could move that up. It's not great for after. So need that. So no anklets. Is it all that asymmetrical apart from accessories? Yeah, it's still asymmetrical. Definitely going to count it. Not there, not even her thighs. It makes sense if she's in her almost Silver Wolf of the Urals thing. This one doesn't have a hat. She does have earrings, generic human. Her ornaments. And Impactful heels. Although she uses them well enough. Let's see, her neck is covered. All right, I can have my music again. She is wearing some pretty short shorts, so I'm going to count that. She does have thigh-high boots. No strap. She will definitely not flash you. Boots. Let's see. That's a bit of a laundry nightmare, I don't know. Whether or not you think she's compatible would be up to you, but I would say not for me, not in this guise. Nothing I would say what's the purpose of in this one. So only 10. And I do think that it's a pretty good one, actually. Why would I rate it like that? 3. It's, in my opinion, makes more sense than Magical Girl Terry. Now go to Mercurial Predator, for which I don't have a date when that was introduced. It does have a cool hat. You can see her shoulders, but I'm sure if she holds her arms up, they'll come up over her shoulders again. And it is cool that they included, first of all, she's only got one drill. They included scissors, they included some spools, and a pouch, and a thigh strap. This is a bit messy, but in a way that's part of her personality as well. So some pretty cool details there. And kind of a leg strap. I think I like her boots here better than here. Her heels not as... yeah, they don't go as deep. And she's got a little card in the Hatter hat, as well as probably a key. I'd say that's a pretty cool costume. So let's see what we get out of that. Bring back the music. I wouldn't call it a laundry nightmare. She doesn't have earrings in this one. She does in the other one, though. In her main outfit. Only hair color. It's free. Thigh strap. It will not get caught. It does have this short in front, long in back, more than a lot of the other things. Cool hat. Her neck is covered. Asymmetrical. And say what's the purpose? Like I said, you can see stuff that she would most likely have if she was the Hatter. It does have short shorts, right? Yeah, she's in shorts, not in a skirt. And yeah, those are shorts. Leg strap, but there's already a division between that, so I'm definitely not going to get this, even if we count Occupy. That isn't happening. Eyes are out. Generic human. She's got boots. Oh, that's not a victory there. Okay. Well, let's see what we can get her for this. So, definitely asymmetrical. Bare legs for the most part. And thighs. Cool hat. This one, yeah, doesn't have earrings in this one. Let me see. Ornament, does she not have like, a ribbon or anything? She just has the hair tie, and you can't even properly see it. So no hair ornament this time. And her heels are better on this one than even in the main one, which I think is funny when they have a costume that in a way fits better than the main thing. It did say short in front and short shorts. No thigh highs, but she does have this strap. I'm not counting Wakipai because of the reason that I said before. She does have boots. Let's see, anything else? She might have had a bowl hair, if not for the hat getting in the way. A lot of them don't really apply to the smaller characters. So now we go to Black Nucleus, which is this one. I'd say that's basically a swimsuit. She's got a funny little window in the back that does appear on some of the other ones. And she's got a horn accessory. You'd say her eyes turning to red when you know it's not her natural color is, I think I'll count that as special eyes. And proof of such, if we go back here, she has silver eyes. Whoops. So yeah, I'm gonna count silver eyes. The wedge in her boots is deep again here. I think it's deep. It's kind of hard to tell. But she floats, so, you know, impractical heels don't really bother her. And yeah, I think I'll play the bingo on her Fleur de Mal outfit. Alright, so let's see what this gets. No anklet. It looks symmetrical to me, not bare legs. The thighs are out, but that's because it's basically a swimsuit. Not very much of her thighs though. But I'll count it because she doesn't have much else. No hat. Doesn't really count as attached sleeves when it's gloves, I think. It's just completely different. Earrings? No. Cocolia did not give this farm earrings. Generic human. Their ornament, yes. do heals anyway. No. Let's see. If it mismatches with her normal personality. Open back. Doesn't have shorts because it's the other thing. Thigh highs. She doesn't have a strap. And she couldn't flash you even if she wanted to. This might be a laundry nightmare for other things because it's all black. Don't mix whites and darks. You can count the horns as like the hair ornament rather than other kind of thing. Special eyes I said I would do. Swimsuit. And I really don't like that one, but only because of the context of why it is. So let's now go to the Fleur de Mal outfit that she has. Nice highlights in her hair, though. She has a nice bow. A lot of her back is exposed, as well as side. That's definitely detached sleeves. And a nice skirt. And she has anti-flashing measures. And stockings, rather than thigh highs. And they did change the shape of the shoes, or nah? It just looks nicer because of the textures and everything. Although that is a nice effect. As are the ribbons in the back. I'm not going to count it as short in front, long in back. This thing, because it's not that much. And it is asymmetrical. Not just in the accessories, but also this thing coming down. And the way these hang as well. Now let's go to the bingo. Wow, I got already some impossible things. The ornament. Let's say for her gloves, but you can't see the palms to be able to judge accurate. I said I wasn't counting that. Straps. She isn't wearing any straps. Like covering asymmetrical, but the hip thing won't give me that. Would be impractical heels, but she floats. And safe paddable. No earrings, right? No, she does not have earrings. Stockings. Still kind of has the special eyes here. Open back. Long ribbon from the back. Not even close. Can you go over here? Asymmetrical. No hat. Yes, detached sleeves, generic human. Their ornament. Nothing really impossible. Long ribbon. A fit mismatched with original personality, but not in the context of the story and the version of her that is, actually. And the clothes are kind of complicated, but they suit. Yeah. Boots. No. Not a lot of tropes, but enough of them. No, actually, let me take that away. Well, I do like that one. What did I give these? Maybe then C2. Although when you come down to it, I'm not really giving much of an order anyway. Notes those ones. Flame Sakitama. Oh, this one, again, she has an ear ornament. This is the eye Sakura. Kind of almost looks like an eye in here. Definitely asymmetrical. And she has one long sleeve again. And this definitely gives her the short in front, long in back effect. Huh. Does she not have the other sleeve at all? I guess it's completely off. Interesting. Kind of a strap up there, but can't really know what kind. Also don't know what if that counts as loincloth if it's in strictly the back. I think it has to be in the front as well. And let's also see which version I will it'll be kind of butterfly-y. Does she have earrings here? Nope. Well, maybe I'll play it on this one since I haven't done that one, but I've done the wedding thing. Or I could do it on the main one, this one. Yeah, I'll do it on the main one. And this could give me something extra. Huh. Extra hair things, but nothing in the ears. And same here. There's one that has side slits. And modesty shorts. Otherwise she would have flashed you. She's got long legs too, but she doesn't really show it in the other outfits. Okay, I'll do it in the other. I'll do it in this one actually. It's cool. I like it. Let's see what it will give me. Oops, not getting any of those actually. Asymmetrical, not open back. Well, wouldn't get that anyway. And hair color, the earrings. It doesn't have the detached sleeves. One is armored as well. Kind of boots. They can be. I'd say that's kind of complex. The gloves, I don't think they really count as any of the tropes. Yeah, thighs. Is her hair up in this? Yeah, it is. The strap's not. Well, kind of. I'll count it. And thigh highs. Neck does seem to be covered on human body parts. Yeah, this one. Oops. The thighs. So that is not a win. So for Fling Sakitama, asymmetrical, beta legs, and thighs. Some clothing could get caught. She doesn't have a cool hat. I wasn't counting those as detached sleeves. Their ornament. And practical heels. Yeah. Yeah, I would count those. Can we count that as loincloth? Maybe. But, like I said, I thought it should be front and back. It's not really a ribbon either. I thought that was complex. Short in front, long in back. Thighs, no thigh highs, or but the strap. You count it as a occupy. The shoulder lads out. Yeah. I think it can count. She will not flash you. What does it show from the back? Not much, actually. Wait, did I do the long sleeves? She does have a long sleeve after all. And I'll count them as boots as well. Here will not get caught. But muscle wear on human body parts, the ears. It is kind of busy, but I will give it C, solid. We're to Mauve Cascade, where she has 3 hair ornaments, or 2 sets, so I'll count them as 2. Her neck is covered, and a bit of a cleavage window there, and a bit on the side, but it's not really a side slit. That. You have stuff on both arms, but not a qualifier. This one is shorter than this one. And this one has a pretty cool gradient. A little ribbon there. Not a long ribbon. And this kind of ornament was what I was thinking of before. Definitely asymmetrical. You got her thighs. Will not flash you. Thigh-high stockings, perhaps? And straps around them. Might be on part of the stockings. That would make sense. And some really nice dressy up shoes. Considering this looks like formal attire, not really impractical either. And go back to the bingo for Mild Cascade. It's not an input if it's part of the thing. Clothing would get caught, maybe the tail. It's not detached sleeve. It's and how was her hair? I think it was done up. Kind of, but she's got a tail there too. Little bit of a ponytail. Her ornament, I said I would do 2 sets. She's not wearing armor, so I won't count it as impractical heels either. No leg strap. No loincloth. Although it does kind of have that effect, it's just it hangs kind of in the middle, but it's definitely like a loincloth. Covering, open that. It's not that much shorter in front, but that's where you end up with the loincloth effect because of that. Side slits, side are kind of, they're open. Let's see, thighs and thigh highs. I can a strap. She actively counters giving flash. There will not get caught. Result of her whole thing there. Whoops. Aren't super emphasized, which is what that was about. Not bothered about muscle on the formal non-human body part. Stockings are tights. Let me get rid of that. And I do think that's pretty solid fit. So I'm going to give it a B. So then the dream raiment. Interesting that it comes up on that side, and that kind of is crown shaped. Alright, she's got 2 sets of hair ornaments, unless you want to count the veil as a hat, but not really used as hat. That qualifies as side boob. She doesn't really show cleavage either. Seems more reasonable for her. Open back, slides it so. Super short in the front, and that gives long in the back, even if it's a ribbon. It's kind of interesting that that forms a flower shape. It's it's part of the back of the dress. And then this stuff, which is like angelfish fins, comes under the back. And she's not wearing gloves with this. I wonder if she's ever wanted to play princess. Okay, so let's go to this. And it is asymmetrical design. We've got thighs only. I'd say clothing would get caught. Detached sleeves, I'm pretty sure. It's an interesting case because they come to her mid-forearm and then stop, but they are detached from her, from the blouse. So I'm going to count that. Earrings, is she wearing any for the formal occasion? No. Not a generic human. In her hair. He's done up. 2 sets of hair ornament. Not strap. She doesn't have the that, but I'm going to do long ribbon. Pretty sure her neck isn't covered. No, it's not. Open back though. Short in front. No side slits on this one. She does have no thigh strap, but walkie by, she can't flash you because she has measures. Almost a cleavage window, but for me it doesn't get there. I kind of wondered whether her skirt, it's not like schoolgirl, so that would be a laundry nightmare, though. Non-human body parts, it's the ears. Also almost side boob, but I don't think it qualifies. It looks like those are actually part of, yeah, and those are boots, not shoes. And giving the wedding the waifu. I would say, when in doubt, C4. And we're going to be back to Terry for a bit. I don't think that's completely it for Sakura. So we have the Celestial Hymn. This is a recolor with her original colors, but I like the white ones. We've got Grand Sage. Imperium Psalms, which I kind of do like because there's this starry effect in the middle here. And on the other hand, this is translucent. So it's quite the switch up. And then just Klee. It's Klee. Although Terry as Klee is definitely terrifying. Now I will do the bingo on Imperium Psalms. So with this one, we have a different set. Now she's got kind of a veil on, the head thing. So that's going to be hat plus ornament here. She got her usual hairdo. Back is open. And detached sleeves. If you've seen this in action, it's detached sleeves, definitely. Interesting how this splits in the back, though. It's just on the side and not in the front or back. And she does have kind of straps going up, but they don't seem to connect that I can see. And fancy, fancy shoes. And she is the celestial him here. Him. This way. Okay, so September 4th, 2018. So kind of earlier. And I do believe this is a symmetrical thing, so I'm not going to get that. Clothing could get cut, especially with those on the side. Cool hat. Detached sleeves. Did she have an earring? I saw one of these does, but not this one. Generic human, because we're not dealing with Sakura anymore. Impossible armor, I wouldn't say that, but I'd say improbable. These things again. Another bot. Now let's see, impractical heals. No, it's kind of, it's almost flat. I think she does well with that. And long ribbon as opposed to, well, she has some other stuff there. The neck covered? I'm gonna say no. Open back, it's pretty complex. But probably not in the usual sense. It's definitely not a case of short in front, long in back. Although it looks like it should be. But because the front and back are open, it's not that. And it's not side slits either. Thigh highs. Maybe I should count this strappy stuff as a thigh strap. Anime hair color. Not boots. Laundry nightmare. It's mostly white, and it's got a lot of long stuff. What is the purpose of the long sides? And rather than wedding the waifu, she looks more like she'd be officiating the wedding. I'm going to give this a C. Because while she kind of does look good in it, it's still not, has a lot of stuff that would be impractical if it wasn't a case of part of her power. Yeah, I like the white version better. Now for Grand Sage, she's definitely wearing a hat there. And hair ornament she has is this, and she's also got glasses. Got a question? Gloves are normal. Almost looks like she has writing there. She's got books and pouches. How does that work though? It's on this thing. That'd be weighing her down quite a lot. Short in front, long in back, definitely, plus the shorts. Those are symmetrical, but a lot of her outfit is not symmetrical. And then she's wearing shoes. Go back here. So, no anklet is asymmetrical. She does have bare legs and thighs. She does have extraneous belts, not for Dave's. There's like a couple. Clothing would get caught, cool hat. Earrings. Is she wearing one? No. Generic human, generic ornament. No straps, right? No. There's no long ribbon. The neck is covered. She's pretty well covered, actually. Short in front and shorts. And then most of the time she has short shorts. And then the thighs. But no straps or vacuum or anything of that nature. Anime hair though. Here, when you get caught like that, there's a lot of white, but I don't think that counts as that. I'm still gonna give her paddable hair. And I'm going to give that a C2. As someone who works with books, I kind of have an appreciation for that. So this was the one that I was going to do the bingo on. Imperium Psalms. And she does have one earring in a bonnet, so I count that as a hat. And this will be the ornament. Her hair is actually tied in back. It doesn't really unaccountably split in two. It's because it's tied. And you'd say shoulders, but not back. So those probably are detached sleeves. It's hard to tell. You could flip a coin about whether or not to count that. And definitely short in front, long in back. Really nice ruffles, and it almost looks like she'd be wearing a hoop skirt. And it's just kind of reinforced with cage or something like that. So like her skirt has its own cage. to give it better form. No straps. No long ribbons either. And I'd say those are shoes, not boots. Also, the galaxy effect is on the top of the ruffles too. That's cool. It's not on the ribbons on the sides. It's definitely a cool effect. I would think because of these going around from the back and to the front that they're not fully detached. And we'll see if my bingo would have been close. Because I am curious about that. So let's see. Not bare legs, short in front. Not really impractical. So if we did that, maybe there. Not loincloth. So that's not going to matter after all anyway. The neck is at least partly covered. Fine harness, but not really a lot of the rest. Not side slits either. Even if we did that, that wouldn't give me any. No, I'm definitely not winning this one. Some of the designs are asymmetrical. Oh, I accidentally closed something that I shouldn't have. I can reopen it. Just get there. There we go. So I probably won't need that until much later. So no anklets. Need to take another look to see just how asymmetrical. Is it just the moon and the star thing? Oh, there's also this. Almost like it would buckle. A lot of celestial imagery, so that's definitely asymmetrical. Here it dies. Clothing would get caught. You would say cool hat. Could arguably say detached sleeves, but it might not be. For argument's sake, I will include it, and there is an earring. There does kind of part in two, but not on their own. Not that. Ribbon, no. Covering. And then say open back, short in front, long in size and back actually. High highs, no strap. Not boots, right? Shoes, I would say. Could potentially get caught. I mean, it's a lot longer than her other ones. It actually comes down to about her, below her hips. So I would say could get caught very easily. Laundry nightmare. That's definitely getting dry cleaning. And I do like the looks of this one, especially with the stars. It's probably one of the cooler outfits, I would say. And what can we say about Terry Crew, apart from terrifying? They did do a good job porting it in, I think. Even changed her ties, hair ties. So clean. Boots. I think that's fairly straightforward. No anklets. Is it symmetrical or asymmetrical? The neck thing is asymmetrical, as is her hat. So I will count it. Bare legs. Cool hat. Generic human, elf ears, because yeah, that's her. Hair ornament. None of that for her. Actually, mismatches with her personally because it's not her outfit. Really short. She has like the skirt and then bloomers or whatever. And so, of course, she doesn't get a lot of these because she, well, is wearing clothes of the child. Let's see. Weapon doesn't match. In the game, she's a catalyst type, so the Great Cross would be almost basically a catalyst type. 9. They did do a good job of it, but it is clean. So I am going to give her a C4. All too appropriate. And now we get some talent in there, huh? Is that it? She has a recolor and then this. It's actually gives her pants. I guess I should do it based on her normal outfit. She's got a hair ornament. She's got her hair in braids. Her neck is covered. She's got a little bit clavicle showing. It's almost, but not quite a palm glove. I know that's not her back, but I'm going to count it as open back. Just because it's there. That's the Jigsaw symbol. No, for the... No, that's not Jigsaw. That's the Kaslana symbol. You got a lot of symbols on it. And I have to give loincloth for that. Come on. Side slits, really short shorts. And why? It's this thing again. Kind of like weapon for holding stuff on, and this one actually holds on something. And actual holsters for her pistols. I'm not sure most of the others have that. They just summon them from the air most of the time. Definitely boots. I'm gonna have to count this as 2 straps. I mean, come on. Okay, let's... So, for Ritual MIO, Kawa and Kaslana, no underboob, no belts for days. I would say better with pants. Compatible hair, debatable. Animal hair, enemy hair color. Open back because of that thing. Is she wearing any earrings? No. Hair does not part. Lips. They're definitely out, but they're not that big, so I can't give her that. Boots. Leg strap. I would almost count that, but not quite. No occupy. She can't flash you if it's already out. So that's already a no. Asymmetrical. Definitely has outs. I would say cake, but not bakery. Impractical heels? No, heels aren't that bad. And say if you're going to have high heels, anything like that, she's got one of the better cases of it. No ribbon. Can't this? No, it's not guarded though. Neck covering. What is the purpose of that? I guess you might be able to say that. Could you say her leg is bare? Weapon does match type, but she used to use the cross. Human. Thigh strap. So not there. Anklet asymmetrical. Didn't quite bare, but I'll count it anyway. Midriff is not there. Thighs. I wouldn't say belts, they're more straps. Although, one on the back does hold stuff on it. Better with pants. One good thing. I don't think it's long enough to be caught. Attached sleeves, earrings, ornament. I'd say impossible for a different reason. Although, it could be made, it'd just be really embarrassing to wear. Gonna count as a leg strap. if it mismatches with her usual personality. Let's have the open back thing near her butt. Rather than short in front, it's short in the back. Really short shorts. And side slits. Yeah, she has one thigh high, one thigh strap. No occupy for auto. She cannot flashy because it's already out. Oops. I'm gonna say this because that's pretty unusual to be able to wear. Hair could get cut, I think. She's got a long ponytail. Goes down to her butt. I don't know if you could wash that. You could probably say it's a swimsuit. What is the purpose? What is the reason? And I'm not really fond of this one, but it's also not the worst. Snow Fairy. She got a cat ear headband. And she is very well covered. It is asymmetrical. Although that's more design-wise, she does have some accessories that also help make it asymmetrical. It has pants, even if they're capris. And some really intense boots. And her hair is still back in one braid. I think that's more the Callan thing. Kiana does too. No ink. Can we count that as an ink bit or no? Because it seems like it's part of her shoes. I want to count it. Not bad, not there. She does have bands. More like a hair accessory. And, yeah. Earrings? I didn't really notice. No, she's not wearing earrings. Generic human, ornament. It's quite practical outfit actually. Neck is covered, pretty much everything is covered. And then the hair and boots. Hair could get caught. I think she gets away with pretty much the least. Probably, anyway. It's a pretty solid one. I will give it a B. Are you ready for some flora? Bagri Acipiter, September 28th, 2018. We're going back. So this one definitely has a loincloth effect. That's finghorn down, I believe. Hair accessory, most definitely. She's pretty well covered. She does have side slits, but they don't show anything. Kinda tricky. And that could count as a thigh strap. And she does have boots. Oh, and I should choose which one to. I think the answer is obvious. Okay. So, it's almost symmetrical, right? Or it is symmetrical. Well, it is. It's just her hair that isn't. Not anything really there. I don't think her clothing would get caught. I don't think it's long enough. She's not wearing earrings, right? For the martial artist, I doubt she would. Not most of the time, anyway. She might if she was invited to a party. The leg strap or thigh strap? Thigh. Loincloth. It's her outfit. And say it's short in front, long and back. Seems like it's mostly the side. She has her side slit, but again, she has stuff underneath. You count it as any hair color. It's kind of grayish. So yeah, we'll count it. Does she give the bakery? She does give cake, but not the bakery, in my opinion. My humble opinion. Honestly, well, not too bothered because of the sleeves. So she gets away from that. Also, the fact that the gauntlets cover up her gloves, so you honestly can't see what kind of gloves she might be wearing. That does help her. I think there are a lot of characters here that do have practical stuff there, so that's definitely good for them. It's practical but plain. So I will give it a C2. Brings us to Onyx Simmerg. Which is Senti's fit before she properly becomes Senti. She's got 3 sets of hair ornaments. She's got at least 1 detached sleeve before her armor. So I'm gonna count that. Bare midriff. Her back. Yeah, it does seem to be out. Side slits. Nope. You got 1 thigh out, and I can count that as a garter strap kind of thing. Definitely long in back. Long ribbon. Can we count anything as long ribbon? But it's tied. Also, her hips are more accentuating in this. Boots, thigh-high boots. And actually, it has kind of talons in the toes. That's cool too. That's not really a ribbon, the thing that's hanging down. Definitely one of the more interesting suits that you could have. Now, play it with this. It is on the complex side, not a swimsuit. Does she have a thigh strap? I don't think so. Part of thing, non-human body parts. She has a Hersher body part, but not all Hershers aren't human. Nails can't see. Does she have any earrings? No. Open back. Would she flash you? No, I don't think so. One detached sleeve, asymmetrical. There are ornaments, quite a few of them. Thigh highs. She doesn't have long flowing sleeves. Rear midriff. Boots. You can count that as a stocking. She's wearing something underneath, so could count that. She has one bare thigh. Front has effect that's kind of like a loincloth, so I count it. Bothered by the muscle? Not really. And that, it's mostly covered, so I can count that. But it will not let me win. What's the purpose? To be sentient. So we're human-ish. Maybe a walkie thigh. Clothes are part of her power, so that's not going to get cut, I think. Let's go over to here. Anklet is symmetrical. There, that midriff is by at least one. So it will not get cut thanks to it being her power. And one detached sleeve, I think, so that counts. No earrings, generic human-ish. There's at least 3 hair ornaments. Well, I have to take away the armpit. That's 3. What about the heels again? Not bad, and I'd say the coolness of the talons strikes back against them. I would say loincloth. It is covered, open back. It is complex. But in front. Yeah, at least one. Thigh highs. And not counting it as a strap. Oh wait, I was gonna take that away because the fleshy thing. Boots. Nothing can get cut because she'll move it or move your perception. Does she have special eyes? kind of, although not that much in this version, but I will give it to her. Because why not? There's something I need there. Oops. Oh yeah, I was correct. Weapon doesn't match type. This one it does. Still does. Garter strap. Definitely not letting that. I would say A because it's really cool. And the next one is Blue Swallow. And I don't have a date for that. No, it must have been one of the Chinese New Year's things. She's got 3 sets in 3 different places, hair ornaments, no earrings, although this does come to her ear. I'll finish with Wuha, and then probably call it. Definitely a side split. Back is open. None doesn't get to her cleavage, so it doesn't count. She does the loincloth effect. And an anklet. And heels. What in heels? That's kind of like the Phoenix Fits part there, which also reflects into the Feng Feng vicissitude. That's interesting. Okay, let's do it. I believe it is asymmetrical. Here are legs, not midriff, but definitely thighs. I don't think anything would get caught. Human. Human hair ornaments. Would be impractical heels if this wasn't a formal loincloth effect. Neck covered, I think it is. Yeah, she has a collar. Open back. Does have side slits. Thighs are visible, no thigh highs. Give her the occupy, cut it. Hair color. Not boost this time. This one is pretty good too. Then we get to Hawk of the Fog and Hawk of the Yard. The only differences between these two are glasses. Or rather, her monocle. She does have an air hair ornament with the ribbon and long ponytail. She's very well covered. That is an asymmetrical design for sure. Bare legs. Oh, well, belts for days. I think I'll give her belts for days. Shorts, long in back. It's basically a trench coat. And she has ankle straps. I'll count that as anklet and boots. anklets asymmetrical, bare legs and thighs, belts for days. Clothing could get caught potentially. Not detach sleeves or anything like that. She's not human. She doesn't have earrings, right? No. And she has 2 hair ornaments. Or a set of. No loincloth effect on this one. The neck is covered. It is kind of complex. Short in front, long in back, short shorts. High but no thigh highs. And boots. And say here will get caught because it's so long. Anything else here? I'm not gonna guess not. And I do like it, apart from, I don't think she would actually wear that down. Like on the shoulders, I don't know why that would be worn that way. At least by her. And we go to Shadow Knight, which was her first S rank. I like the blood violet the most, but how often does she wear a swimsuit? I think I'll do the bingo on that. So she's got hair ornaments, hair is tied in back. Basically a bodysuit. We're going back to bodysuit. Bodysuit battle suits. And this is the one where she has a mask that comes down over her face. So even though it's not shown, I'm gonna call it a cool hack. And she also gets wings. Or the wings that extend from these, I think. So the design itself is not asymmetrical, it's just her hair. Okay. Anklets. She's not really bare anything. And nothing is going to get caught. Mask. Not really detached when everything is covered like that. Ornaments. She doesn't have any strap design, right? Loincloth, long sleeves. Let's see whether it matches or not. Can I say short shorts even though they're kind of not separate? And skin tight. No real strap or any of that. She's got anime hair, boots. Hair could get caught if she's slower than the other guy. I'm gonna say this for undersuit kind of thing. Although I've already kind of got that covered, don't I? And I'm going to give that a C because all the visibility stuff. Blood Void. Voivode? And it's got 2 hair ornament set. This one actually has an earring on that side. Actually 3 hair ornaments. One of those should be the thing coming down. I mean, it is a bit of a peak skin, but it's in no way excessive. She does have thigh strap and garter strap. And I'm gonna count those as anklets. 1 boot, 1 shoe. Very interesting outfits. Maybe I'll actually play it until it's clear whether or not I win or lose. And then do the swimsuit as well. No Google hat. The neck is covered. Her eyes are a different color. Hair could get caught. She will not flash you. Say the purpose about anything. Well, that's all I need to see that I will not win the. Although I guess I could get a different line. That is shorts, right? Yeah. No bodysuit on this one. Symmetrical. She does have an earring. Lots of hair ornaments. Yeah, that's definitely a loss for me. Did have anklets, asymmetrical, not bare legs. Yeah, those are 2 different things on the same leg. Eyes. Cape might get caught, but otherwise, it's not too overly long, I think. So it's got that. Or was it 3? Actually, I didn't take too close a look at the heels. They're not bad. No. I'm sleeves. Front running back? No, not really. Shorts. Highs, thigh highs, and thigh strap. No occupy there. Will not flash you. Has enemy hair. Has a boot. Hair could get caught. It's much longer than any of her clothes. And I think that's it. definitely like this one better. Next is her swimsuit. I'll count her sunglasses as a hat. She does have an earring too, Taco. And hair ornaments. Back is open. Midriff there. Ooh, shiny. Interesting on the texture. Little skirt as well as the top. Pretty sure Alicia must have chosen this for her. Got a thigh strap and anklet. Whether or not you wanted to count this one, you still got this one. And some sandals. Pretty sure actual sandals rather than flip-flops, considering the straps. That's much more practical. And though she got her toes out, Miho didn't yet, they weren't able to put that kind of detail on. So let's see if I can get from this one like I intended. Earrings. Not. Good midriff. Open back. Well, not heels anyway. Legs, swimsuit. I don't think she has to worry about her clothes getting hot. Their ornament, occupy. Generic human. Maybe with this many rows, it is a little bit overcomplicated. And the way it hangs is asymmetrical, but oh yeah, definitely asymmetrical. Bare legs, midriff, thighs. Does have an earring. Yeah, ornaments. Just a thigh strap, not leg strap. Her neck, considering it's a swimsuit, no. Open back. And then short shorts. She has a little skirt on as well. No thigh highs, but thigh strap. Occupy. She can't flash you because it's a swimsuit. Could get caught. Yeah, and it's pretty long. You see it from the front, you don't really know. That's kind of bothering me, the muscles, even though she died for swimming. Definitely swimsuit. I'll give this one a B as well. Phoenix and Fire and Sword, I'm done with Fuha for a little bit.
心して私に任せてください。
Basically the same three hair ornaments as ever. Definitely detached sleeves, occupy, open back, side slits, got all kinds of stuff here. That is... oh, it's some kind of strap. And kind of a loincloth effect too. The weapon doesn't really affect this, does it? Let me see. Oh, because it counted as being there. Still an interesting way to do it. Alright, well, I will play the bingo on the usual Phoenix. Attached sleeves, side slits. We counted as short shorts. I don't think we can. Kind of complex. And all kinds of straps you could count. And even bare thighs. Earring? No. She does not do earring on that. Not very middle for anything. Neck is covered, that is free. Bit of a laundry nightmare. Clothes get caught. I don't know if that's part of her power mode, so I'll issue that for now. And all kinds of straps get caught. Generic human. Goes along not for that reason. I don't think that actually counts there. But this is definitely the most I've gotten in this. That's definitely the most spaces that I've got. So let's see, no anklet, very symmetrical, one bare leg, not bare midriff, one thigh, something could get caught. Sleeve, no earrings, generic. Hair ornaments, at least 2, maybe 3. Yeah, she has her usual 3. Let's see. How are her heels? I would say that's impractical. And she's got all kinds of straps because of the rope. And I'm going to count it as such. Neck is covered, opening back. Not in the usual way, but you could count it. As well as short shorts. Can be really hard to tell though. Anyway, hair color. Oops. Hair could potentially get cut. see special eyes because it's in this mode. Yeah. I'm going to count it in a way as a garter strap and say that this is a B2. Iron Sword is definitely going to go interesting. And then Sword and Fire is a color swap of that. But I'll do it on Fire and Sword because it's usual flaw. And she has 3 sets of ornaments, same as usual. She has an earring. And bare forearm, but nothing else. Everything, and thighs and thighs. Everything else is armored. It's asymmetrical. She's got some, you could call them ribbons. Heels are fine. Anklets, asymmetrical. Thighs. I don't think any of those are particularly long to be caught. On the other hand, the other stuff. Oh, do those count as detached sleeves then? I think they do. Earring, generic human. Hair ornaments, sorry, that should be 3. No, she's got his armor. I'm gonna say long ribbon. It does kind of match her personality, even though she never wears armor other than during this event. And thigh highs. Occupy. She will not flash you. Oops. Still got her long hair. And this, can you imagine laundering this? You'd have to wash it normally. I'm gonna say D1 because most of it is practical armor. How are we on time? I haven't been going for very long. Do you prefer white or black? Usual Fuha or Phoenix? I think I can go for a bit longer. Oh, which one? Oh, it's only got 2. I think her 6th Serenade is more interesting. It's not technically open, but it is visible. That's definitely symmetrical though. Gonna count this as a hat. That's not an earring. These sleeves. I'm gonna count that as side slips. Though they're not really thigh highs that way. If they go up, they're more like tights. I guess I wouldn't get much on this one. But let's do it anyway. Neck covering. Generic human. Here could get caught. We don't have detached sleeves or anything like that. Garter belt. She has straps and boots. Could get caught. Eye straps. Not really impractical. An earring, I think. Here, ornaments. That one's free. Stockings, asymmetrical. And that got close too. No anklets, really. Nothing in that. Jingle 6 Serenade should go all the way to here. And that's all the way from November 7th of 2018. Not ready for that. Clothing could get caught. Cool hat. Should double check on the earrings. Oh no, she doesn't. She does not wear an earring. 2 hair ornaments though. And she has a card in there. Is she jokering? Let's see. Leg straps, kind of. Does it count as a ribbon? I guess it depends where it comes from. No, it's part of her clothes. Covering. It is pretty complex, but not, I wouldn't say it's overly. Front, long, and back because of what we saw before. It's not thigh highs. No strap. And not occupy. She will not flash you. Boots. Yeah, if it's their usual. Yeah. The straps and everything are interesting. I don't really know what they could be for though. And she's got this thing coming from the flower. Stockings. I would say, what's the purpose of all the straps? And I'm not all that fond of it, even though it looks cool at first impression. No, Hanami Daimyo. This one, cool hat. Long flowing sleeves, definitely. Doesn't give you much. Wearing like that. The thing on her shoulder. thigh strap, but otherwise bare legs. And boots. I wouldn't call those heels impractical. Alright. Get into it. It is asymmetrical. A bunch of stuff that she's wearing there. Let's see. Maybe for sleeves if she's slow, but not usually would get caught. Maybe I should count it anyway. Cool hat. Earrings, did I see any? No. And she looks quite serious too. Generic human. How about hair ornament? There's a ribbon there. So we count as one. Just the thigh strap. He's pretty well covered. I'd say kind of overly complex. In front? No, I wouldn't say. Though she does seem to have a cape. Nope. Not that high as I was expecting. Thigh strap. Anime hair color. Boots. Here we could get caught. Anything I'd say what the purpose of that? Not really. And I would call that a C. Keep going for a little bit more. As we have another hua. In this one, she only has 2 hair ornaments. She's lacking the one that would go there. She is definitely covered. Looks like a butler. As well. Oh, I thought she had a recolor. Okay, dark butler is her recolor. Is she one heck of a butler? Apart from the ribbon, the clothes themselves asymmetrical? No. But her ribbon and her hair things. Oh, this one, the belt. So I will say asymmetrical. Not bare legs or anything like that. She does have pants. No earrings, right? And her gloves are hidden. It's very straightforward here. And that is covered. A bit, there's not much, not short in front, long in back, at least not that much. And the hair color, and shoes. It could get caught if it's still long. Yep. Oops. Doesn't usually happen if I click there. And I would say this is a B. Autumn Shades. I don't have a date for this. Yep. There's a clue here. And 2 hair ornament. No, 3. Nice pattern though. Short shorts, thigh strap, and kind of like gladiator sandals here. So I would like to count anklets and leg strap just to try to include that. It is asymmetrical because she has that strap and clue on one side and her hair ornaments. Bare legs and thighs. Human. Her ornaments is 3 as per usual for her. Counting the leg strap. Found it does mismatch her. She's usually more serious than that, but I'm not going to hold it against her, because why would I? Shorts. Definitely a thigh strap. Anime hair. Not boots. Something else. Let's see. Anything else? I don't think so. Count that as a garter. It does go up, but it doesn't connect to anything. Let's say B1. Spring Traveler. This is pretty informal. And she's got her hair up in this one. And a bag with a bunch of different stuff in it. Definitely asymmetrical. In sneakers, actual sneakers. Asymmetrical. She does have pants on. Generic human. You don't really see her hair ornamenting. Oh, she does have the little ball thing. Let's see. None of those. Not even wearing shorts, so yeah. Maybe hair color. Oops, no shoes. Might be one of the lowest scores for this. I think I like this one better than the other one. And then we have Rustic Noir. I remember getting this from an event. I'm gonna count 2 sets of ornaments. Ooh, side opening. No cleavage to show off though. or very little. Should I say open back for that? Maybe. It's interesting how the rope is, or straps, and she's got this one here, so I'm going to say that's a long ribbon. Shorts. He's got like a garter strap, but it's not attached to anything apart from this. I guess I can count it. And impractical heels. Oops, I accidentally clicked that twice. Asymmetrical, bare legs. Some things on her could get caught, like that ribbon. Not detached sleeves or anything. 2 hair ornaments. Impractical heels. A long ribbon. It's not a choker on, but it's not covered. She's got on shorts. What would you call them? Short shorts? I would not. Got some side slits. Got a little strap there. Anime hair. Shoes, Reverend boots, I think. Hair could get caught. I think her hair in this looks a lot softer. I think that's it for this one. Alright. What's the point about all that ribbon, though? What did I say for this one? I said B2, so maybe this is a B. Should I finish on Luna? I think I can finish on Luna. This is a very important character, as she is the start of Captain Verse. Maybe I'll count that as 3 different sets of hair ornaments. Snow hat, that's for sure. Up and back. Also, she's a vampire. And I'm afraid she would flash you. At least her shoes are more practical. Although I don't know what that's... If that's a symbol, I don't know what it is. Which one should I play on? Maybe just this one. It's Luna after all. Okay, let's see if Luna can get me a win here or somewhere else. Starting off strong with I don't even know if it's asymmetrical or not. I think it's symmetrical. Special eyes. We can call those boots. High highs. If she were older, maybe she'd have a cleavage window. It's definitely complex, but I wouldn't say overly. But her gloves... No, I wouldn't say those are palm gloves. Neck covering, obviously. Open back, she will flash you. Earrings? No. Occupying. What's that? No, but she does have thigh straps, detached sleeves. She doesn't have sleeves. Anime hair color, ornaments. Eyes. Could count as stockings if you really want. Showing front, long, and back. No, I'm afraid that I didn't get it. Oh, it's all the way over here. And she started in December 12th of 2018. Thighs. Clothing could get caught. She doesn't have a cool hat. No earrings. Looks like a generic human. Her ornament, I said I would count it as 3. No, not that. Not the leg strap. Neck is covered. Open back. Run front, long, and back and sides. She didn't have side slits, right? No. Also, she doesn't like to be referred to as a Teresa. We'll flash you with that. Boots. I would count that as boots. Hair could get caught. Some need muscle. We'll say, however, petable hair. If you get on her good side. Anything I would say, what's the purpose of... Not really. Oh yeah, 2 garter straps. I'll also give this one a B. Forward it on. I think technically this is also a Teresa. Not really Luna, but you know. I've got a long ribbon there in the back. Or cord, maybe. Considering this seems to be the Arc City version. Complete with a gas mask for reasons. I thought I saw one of these move, but it might have been something under. And she's wearing shorts under there. Toes? Interesting choice having open toes. So, no anklets. The design is not symmetrical. So, asymmetrical, bare legs, and thighs. Clothing would get caught. Maybe just that one cord or ribbon, whatever it is. She doesn't really do sleeves, huh? Unless they're like full sleeves. Although she has that thing there. So I guess they're detached short sleeves. No earrings. So I guess I have to go back and say she has detached sleeves. She doesn't have straps, right? No. I think I didn't click the wrong thing there. Let's see, a long ribbon. Neck covering, open back. Not really short in front in the same way. Shorts. You can see her thighs, but she doesn't have thigh highs or a strap. She can't flash you. Boots, more like shoes. Here can get caught. Could be a laundry nightmare. Still battle. I think it's a pretty good one. I'll give it a B. I think will turn out to be a good place to stop. For reasons that will be useful to know soon. I think I'll count that as a hat. And she has a hair ornament too. No earrings. And I'm gonna count this as Luna. No, I don't know whether or not it is. It's probably not the Cyberworld's Teresa. Open back, detached sleeves, I think. It's hard to tell because she's crossing her arms. Shorter in front. Kind of anklets, I guess. Shoes are kind of like slippers, interestingly enough. Oh, I can get it to be a bit more precise. So this will be the last one for this stream. So I will count 2 anklets. Symmetry. I believe that is symmetrical. Bare legs. Midriff. Thighs. Can't really see them actually. Here's the dress. Some clothing could get caught. That's something to be careful of. And hair ornament. Not long sleeves or ribbons. Neck is covered. Open back. Said I would count that as short in front. No thigh highs or anything like that. Enemy hair color definitely. Not boots or anything like that. Here could get caught. I believe she's got. Oh no, it couldn't. She's got it tied up. It could be a laundry nightmare, but that's why you take it to the laundromat. Edible. I will count that as special eyes. And wedding the waifu, because that is a wedding dress type of thing. And I will say that is B2. So that does give us some additional information, which we will see later. But I think that that will do it for this stream. I think that that is a good place to stop for now. And then you can see down here which ones will be next time. So if we look at, we went from here a bit more, all the way to here. So it was 1 over, so if I do the same, oops. If I do the same amount of things and go from here to maybe here the next time, unless I go for longer. We'll see. I probably won't, considering the stuff I have to do tonight and the stuff I have to do tomorrow night have the same timing. So I do hope that you enjoyed the stream. You can, of course, do the YouTube things and do the Twitch things, and I greatly appreciate it. You can like, comment below what you thought and your scores in the bingo. Subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and you can also follow. Again, I would greatly appreciate it if you do. So thanks again for watching. Until the next stream video or whatever, please do stay safe, stay healthy, and remember to be excellent to one another. Bye-bye.